Tonight on Morse World TV, this is going to be an event like never before. Trust me when I tell you. First of all, let's address the concept that it's supposed to be this fight match, boxing match, MMA type match. Number one, I never talked to, I never confirmed, I never had one conversation to establish a date, a place, or anything concerning a match. What I did say, and everybody who's watching know I said this. I said, call me privately.
You gotta talk.
Brother, you can have my number anytime. Let me explain something to you. Prince Najee, this will be the deal. I'll bring my squad, he'll bring his squad. We'll go into a room, we'll shut the door, and whoever walk out, walk out.
That sounds good to me.
That's the only deal I would do.
It's called catch a fade. Sound good to me.
Yeah, that's the only deal I would do. And I'm not going to do this with 150 people because I got work to do. But since Prince Najee, he will be the representative. So don't give me no more offers. He will be the representative.
That sounds good.
He bring his people, I bring my people. We go into a door, we shut the door, and whoever walk out, walk out. It don't have to be on social media. No social media, no cameras, no nothing. Whoever walk out, walk out. It don't have to be on social media. No social media, no cameras, no nothing. Whoever walk out, walk out. It don't have to be on social media. No social media, no cameras, no nothing. Whoever walk out, walk out. It don't have to be on social media. No social media, no cameras, no nothing. Whoever walk out, walk out. Although Malik Zulu Shabazz didn't answer the phone when I called him live, as soon as the show was over, this is what he posted. I said, no social media. I said, you get your people, I get my people, we meet, go into a room, and whoever walk out, walk out. Immediately after that, this provocateur agent goes and posts that there is a fight between me and the guy, Najee. A flat out lie. This goes to show that this guy is a trained provocateur, because everything about the post had nothing to do with me, and it was very strategically worded. The next day, he puts out a flyer. This fake flyer was prepared better than some of the real events that the new Black Panther Party have hosted. To reel people in, to draw people in to this fictitious fight. Again, I said, call me privately. Playing, man. Stop playing. I don't believe like them old boys that we're going to just have intellectual conversation. If you want to get dirty, we can get dirty. But don't set me up. But don't set me up. But don't set me up. Like Big Shirley them try to do with the YouTube. Don't set me up. Because if you want to get dirty, we can get dirty. You got my number. In fact, let's do it here. You want to be fresh for YouTube? You want to be fresh for YouTube? Let's do fresh for YouTube. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. You like to play the camera. Let's do fresh for YouTube. Let's do fresh for YouTube. Here we go. Let's do fresh for YouTube. Let's play the YouTube game. Let's play the YouTube game. You want to play the YouTube game? Here we go.
Greetings. You You have reached Mr. Malik Shabazz. At the sound of the tone, please leave a message and I shall follow up with you promptly. Thank you.
Let me explain.
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.
Well, since you're watching anyway, let me explain something to you. You can meet me anytime, anywhere, whenever you get ready. Just hit my line. Don't post and ask me. Don't send me a message on Messenger. Just don't post and ask me. Don't send me a message on Messenger. Don't post and ask me. Don't send me a message on Messenger. Hit my line. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Just hit my line. That's all you got to do. How you going to be an attorney, but the phone goes straight? Why I said call me privately, because I know that you want to show. You want to just have a social media show. You really don't want to fight. If I would accept this circus of a fight, you would find a way to back out. But I would not accept the circus of a fight. I'm a grand sheikh and a Muslim. I'm an intelligent God, not a fool. We've seen this all before. We've seen this all before when the organization US, orchestrated by the FBI, was supposed to meet the original Black Panthers. And the agreement was to bring no guns, and the organized US group bought the guns, and that's how Bunchy got killed. See, we see you devils from yesterday, and you won't be able to do that today. You run a social media campaign to influence, and so we will also run a social media campaign to awaken our people to go against this mess. All the true revolutionaries around you should be turning in towards you and asking you, what in the world is wrong with you? All the true revolutionaries that are of greater intelligence should question you every step of the way, because this last stunt proves exactly what I've been saying. We about to get busy on this show tonight. Take time, get yourself some popcorn, get all your refreshments, because this is going to be 3 hours of hard hitting, exposing these frauds. Brother Najee, you did it to yourself.
Yeah, I'm the manifest. Check 1, 2. Sean, we got one. We got one. Yeah. Crypto, yeah. We got one. Yeah. Maymuna, we got one. Candy, we got one. Abu X. I'm the Manifesto God. The Manifesto God. Hit me privately, let's see who really hard. I'm the Manifesto God. Ain't worried about you fraud. Gone. Hit me privately, let's see who really hard. I'm the Manifesto God. The Manifesto God. Let's see who really hard. Ain't worried about you frauds. I'm the Manifesto God. The Manifesto God. Ain't worried about you frauds. Hit me privately, let's see who really hard. About you frauds. Boy, I'm a gorilla, Viet Cong, guerrilla warfare. Don't make me turn killer. You acting like my knife don't shank, my gun don't bust. Hit me quietly, we can do the fist to cuff. Show up, I'm really about that stick fight, but I'm trying to keep it peace to bring my people to the light. You all washed up beer belly has-beens be tripping. Internet disrespect, making threats, you slipping. Now you said it, how you think I'm gonna respond? With a song in a live stream? Homie, you wrong. You done showed that John too many times and ain't used it. And I ain't really sure who you got me confused with. I'm the Manifesto God. The Manifesto God. Ain't worried about your frauds. Let's see who really hard. I'm the Manifesto God. Ain't worried about your frauds. Holla at me privately. Come on, let's see who really hard. I'm the Manifesto God. The Manifesto God. Hit me privately. Let's see who really hard. I'm the Manifesto God. The Manifesto God. Hit me privately. privately, let's see who really hard. I'm the manifest.
This game will not be a reality to you if man did not calculate it or evaluate it or write it down. It wouldn't mean nothing to you.
So special.
It wouldn't mean nothing to you. The power of the mind is God mind. Connected to the force. The universal force is nature, the creator. You must be in balance with the universal force. This is the only way this works.
The Manifesto God, the Manifesto God. Hit me privately, let's see who really hard. I'm the Manifesto God, ain't worried about you fraud. Gone, hit me privately, let's see who really hard. I'm the Manifesto God, the Manifesto God. Let's see who really hard, ain't worried about you frauds. I'm the Manifesto God, the Manifesto God. Ain't worried about you frauds, hit me privately, let's see who really hard. About you frauds, boy, I'm a gorilla, Viet Cong, guerrilla warfare. Don't make me turn killer. You acting like my knife don't shank, my gun don't bust. Hit me quietly, we can do the fist to cup. Show enough, I'm really about that stick life, but I'm trying to keep it peace to bring my people to the light. You all washed up beer belly has-beens be tripping. Internet disrespect, making threats, you slipping. Now you said it how you think I'm gonna respond. With a song and a live stream, homie, you wrong. You done showed that John too many times and they ain't use it. And I ain't really sure who you got me confused with. I'm the Manifesto God, the Manifesto God. Ain't worried about you frauds, let's see who really hard. I'm the Manifesto God, ain't worried about your frauds. Holla at me privately, come on, let's see who really hard. I'm the Manifesto God, the Manifesto God. Hit me privately, let's see who really hard. I'm the Manifesto God, the Manifesto God. Hit me privately, let's see who really hard. I'm the Manifest. See y'all running y'all mouth. See y'all got children too. See y'all got family too. See y'all got wives too. See can't nobody hide. See ain't nobody safe. I'm the greatest researcher on this YouTube thing. Don't think you're gonna talk slick to me and that's gonna be the end of it. So keep on talking slick. I'm gonna give you one more pass. And after that pass, I'm on your praise the Lord. Peace and love. We back again, man. All right. How everybody doing? Press. Show me the law degree. Show me the law degree. Press 7 if you can hear me. Let me start off by saying this. Fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emojis. Let me start off by saying this. Listen, I don't think nothing wrong with suing people. I think it's a good thing. As you know, Sinetta once said that I was a what did he had that video? He had that video, and he said that I was a sex offender. You know what I mean? He said I was a sex offender, and quite naturally, he wouldn't face me. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna go get that bread. But anybody understand how lawsuits work, especially in this social media era? Two things can happen. A person can remove it, or you can send a cease and desist, and then you can proceed with a lawsuit. I didn't even get a chance to tell them to remove it or send a cease and desist. You know what I mean? And so before I could move on it, it was a wrap. But now Malik Zulu Shabazz, he could have emailed me a cease and desist, and I won't, because I haven't slandered him. See, Sinetta, he actually said I was a sex offender and showed some fake bogus paperwork. You know what I'm saying? I was going to the bank with it. Oh yeah. So first, you know, Malik is a very incompetent attorney. So I don't know. He's a very incompetent attorney. He's very incompetent.
So I don't know if he understands the procedures. There's cases on file. That man, there's cases on file where he didn't even know how to write the jurisprudence or the jurist procedures. You feel what I'm saying? Anybody know anybody? Let me tell you something. One thing about Moors, if you got an L or Bay on your name, I know you know the law. Wink, wink. You know, we know the law. Psych, I'm just playing. People be thinking that Moors know the law. Like, you know, people be emailing me. I be getting letters from prison. Listen, I want to just claim my nationality, you know, and not be a part of the government so you can get me. I'm like, man, listen, man, you need an attorney, man. I ain't nothing I can do for you. I know how to get myself out or keep myself out of some mess, but man, look, man, don't put that on me. I'm the more you gonna remember. I ain't the more standing in front of the people, man, unless I'm forced to. That's just me. But I get these emails all the time. If I claim my status, then what's the next step before I come home? Man, look, man, it's hard to come up off of 5 bodies, big bro. I don't know. Look, man, who told you that? Maybe you need to go back and talk to them, because I don't know. When I went to college, I wish I did know. I still don't know. I ain't seen nobody get valedictorian with a piece of paper and gave it to the same people that threw them up in there. I just don't know. Somebody say Islam law is what he should be under. I'm serious, man. Listen, when y'all hear this stuff talking about these Moors no law, they might. I don't put nothing past them. In this day of the internet, they might. But I'm telling you, I've seen a whole bunch of failures at this nonsense. And it's not funny. I'm just saying, listen, the best thing you can do if you are going to be a criminal, at least know the judicial system and how it works. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you. All that other stuff, listen. Hey, I sit there and I listen to my brother Rico yesterday, who got his own government. Okay. Now I'm telling you, I listened. I said, goodness gracious. But okay, I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead, unite my people. I'm gonna go ahead, build something sustainable. I'm gonna go ahead, put some protection on it, physical or otherwise. And yeah, and I'm gonna keep it moving, man, until we get to the place where, man, we can stand on our own too, man. But other than that, man, yeah. And so I don't mind nobody trying to sue. I think it's a beautiful thing. But the problem is, the weird problem is that I was listening to Malik Zulu Shabazz, and I was trying to get the clip, but I got too busy today, where he told somebody, why are you flying that American flag? Anybody familiar with that? Why are you flying the American flag? Why are you saying that you are this such and such a part of this government? And I heard the argument. It was last night. And I said, man, how this guy is going to talk about how dirty America is, yet he made an oath to America being an attorney. Man, look, there goes Javon Muhammad. It's a banner. Man, I don't care if the Star Spangled Banner or a flag. Whatever it is, he was talking crazy. The point that I don't get into all that old stuff, man, for real. I get the point, but until we unite, that stuff don't mean nothing. Yeah, man, that stuff don't mean nothing. And you ain't black, Javon Muhammad. You ain't black. All right? I don't know why you keep calling yourself black. I just I hear my mama now. Why you all doing all that yelling? Why you doing all that yelling? I can't watch your show. You make me nervous. You just yell too much. That's what my mama be saying. I can't watch that. I don't even know what you're talking about because you just yell. I don't know how people listen to you. My mother be tripping, man. But look, at the end of the day, right? Don't get me involved with that. I believe that unity is the key. You know what I mean? I believe that unity is the key. And I believe that from unity, we can, if we choose to manifest our Moorish identity in a way that's beneficial to us, it can happen only through unity. If you want to manifest a Black identity, and you think it's beneficial to you, it's up to you. I mean, but I don't agree with that ideology. But hey, I got family members that love it. It is what it is. My best friends, some of my best friends love it. It is what it is. So hey. But my thing is, at the end of the day, it's always going to be about unity. It's going to be about economics. It's going to be about that bread. No, it's going to be about that bread at the end of the day. You can call yourself blue people from Mars. If you ain't got that bread, you can cancel Christmas. That's just what it is, if you still celebrate it. But now, here we go again. How can Malik speak so radically bad against the United States government, but take an oath with the government? And I'm going to get serious for a minute. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't. Let's get started, family. This is ridiculous to me. So he's claimed that he's going to sue me. And last night was one of the times that he said it. And he asked the brother, hold up, let me see if I can find it real quick. He asked the brother if he wanted to have my house. You know what I'm saying? That's what he asked the brother. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'm going to get it right here. I think it's right here. Yeah, here we go. So he asked the brother if he wanted to own my house because he's going to own me. This is what he said. Watch it. This is what he said. See if I can find it real quick. I just got a small clip of it real quick. Here you go right here.
Do I want his house? Hold on. What you mean, do I want his house? What you talking about? Do you want his house? Because I'm finna own that nigga. So do you want his house?
What type of attorney saying I'm fitting to own that N-word? Do you want his house? He gonna give my house away on the internet. Look at Tom Ford. Well, you are not easy on the ears. At least someone said it. My mama said it, Tom Ford. But then what he said, what type of respectable attorney? I mean, what type of respectable, dignified attorney would say, you want that N-word house? I'm going to own that N-word house. I'm tired of repairs anyway. I'm getting an apartment. I don't care. Anybody own their house? You know what it takes to keep up a house? Like, okay. I'm moving to an apartment with a maintenance man. I'm getting at that age now, and I'm tired of cutting grass. Okay, Malik. What type of people? These people crazy. What up, Philly Rothstein? Hey, but this is what I'm saying, though. This is one of the brother that screamed. Yeah, any homeowners in the building tired of cutting grass? Any homeowners in the building tired of paying somebody to power wash because you don't feel like it? Any homeowners in the building? Any homeowners in the building? They got a community board always watching what you leave on your front yard. Anybody got them? Huh? The neighborhood watch community people always watching what's on your front yard. Anybody in Baltimore City? They always leaving them fines on the door. I got a fine recently because I left the pool in the front yard. $25. Baltimore City want all they bread. We were out there with my baby boy, and he was playing in the pool. And I left the pool up because I was going to get it the next day. but I ran out in the morning and forgot it was blown up. Man, Baltimore City came around. That man gave me fine, man. He put that joint on the door. Pick. I was like, God dang it. I mean, it's a pool. It's a little blow-up pool. So Malik, hey, you got some bills coming with this demonstration now. You got to do some swindling. But with that being said, though, how is it? All right, so listen. Let's get serious. How is it that one can go around as a member of the bar? Now here we go. As a member of the bar, speak of trashing the United States government. Hey, if that's your ideology, that's yours. But I'm just saying, how does a member of the bar remain in good standing talking trash about the same people he has an oath to? How does a member of the bar continues to talk of he's working on this sovereignty piece? Anybody ever hear him say that? We're going to be sovereignty, and then that's good. I'm all for it. I'm all for it, but I'm not a member of the bar. Remember, I'm not a member of the bar. So I want to educate everybody for one moment about this guy that I'm telling you, he can make up all the stuff he wants. Oh, when the government trying to overthrow black leaders, they always send their own. You can make up all this stuff you want. I'm telling you, people who follow this guy, make him prove himself to you. Don't let him give you none of that old fancy old talk. Don't let him give you no fancy talk. All right? Make him prove it to you. In fact, let me show you some of this fancy talk he's throwing around right now. Give me 1 second. Don't let him give you any fancy talk. Did I get something? Let me see. Let me see if I got some of that fancy talk. Because people send me this stuff. And okay, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, let me show you some of this fancy talk that he's trying to deflect. Don't let him deflect. If you are one who are in this ideal of the new Black Panther Party under the leadership of Malik Zulu Shabazz, I'm telling you, get him out of there. Make him talk. Make him talk. Make him tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Make him tell the truth. Give me 1 second. Let me show you what he's doing now. Don't let him deflect. Because this is a whole nother conversation. Don't let him deflect, because that's what he's trying to do right now. But we're not going to let him deflect. This is what he's posted. That's right. I'm trolling like ain't no tomorrow. Once you talk about you heard my house was on fire. Once you heard that, somebody said TBB safe. Oh yeah, we got something safe. Don't worry about that. We got something safe. We got something safe. Black Muslims are legendary and storied in our great history. The Black Panthers and Black nationalist leaders lace the pages of our history and struggle. I'd be mad at them too if I was a member of a group who hasn't produced any victory since 1929. Now check that out. Check that out. But see, when the story is really told, one will find out that the reason why the Moorish Science Temple of America is in the shape that it's in is because of frauds like you, and for frauds that have tried to infiltrate for years and keep it going on for years. You got 20 years in of infiltration. Plus, you got 20 years plus of infiltration. So imagine that 3 times over, where no one never detected the infiltration of the Moorish Science Temple of America as an organization. See, we stopping you before we get from 100 years down the road. You see what I'm saying? We're going to stop you today. You see what I'm saying? So you can deflect all you want, but we're going to stop you today. You see, you ain't gonna be able to carry on the legacy of the infiltrators that continue to plague the Moorish Science Temple of America till this day. You won't be able to do that. Your cohorts, your co-workers that try to keep it going on, they won't be able to do that, because we're going to show the people who you are. You see, we're going to show the people who you are. And this is on the record and for the record. They're going to see who you are. See, nobody stood up to represent the Moorish Science Temple of America till I came along. See, nobody came up to call them frauds out either. See, nobody stood up to call those infiltrators and infidels up either. But see, I call them out too, because it affects us all, you see. But you won't get to go along this long. You won't get to go along this long, because the same example of the infiltration of the Moorish Science Temple of America, you exemplify it to the T. You exemplify it to the T. So you can try to deflect all you want, but it ain't going to work today, buddy. It won't work today, buddy. In fact, let's get started. It won't work today, big buddy. Buddy. First of all, this guy supposed to be an attorney, which we all are familiar with, right? A Black Lawyers for Justice. Let's get it. Let's get it. You know I like to give it to you raw. Black Lawyers for Justice, right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it real quick. Let's go through this. Black Lawyers for Justice. First of all, this was a year ago with a review. Let's start with a review. I don't understand why they tell you to call if they had a problem with the police. They don't return your call. He ain't got many reviews. Then he got a review right here. I called these people in about a week. Kenya called. Kenya called. Hey, this Kenya. What you call Black Lawyers for Justice for? This Kenya. I called these people, and in about a week, a Kenya called. Dang, this Kenya. Hey now, what's going on? That was Kenya. Kenya called back. Coincidentally, at the same time, my girlfriend called me. I asked Kenya to give me 20 minutes. When I clicked over, she hung up. I immediately called back, and the mail secretary picked up the phone and told me she was not available and I could not speak with her. This, go look it up. This is all Google. This is all Google. It could be fake, but it's funny. I don't know. It was 8 months ago. Look at it. It's all Google. There is that. I never and will never call again. Instead, I got a white consumer advocate lawyer who promptly worked my case. Sigh. I could not want to do that. I do not want to do that or type of this, or type this, but I was compelled based off my experience. Sometimes Black people cannot help each other. I try to patronize people, and this is what happens. Meanwhile, a white man is helping me with my case. Some of us Black people would never understand. We are permanently damaged. Oh my God, Malik. Hey, this Kenya. Hey, why you keep calling my girl? Why you keep calling my girl? I thought this was the law office. But this is a real review. Go look it up. Go look up Black Lawyers for Justice and type in reviews. Go check it out. That's all you gotta do. I didn't I didn't do it. You know what I mean? Then watch. Now here we go. Let's get busy. Oh man, this is unbelievable. All right, let's start. So what I want to share with you today is, in order to become an attorney, right, you have to agree to something. The road to becoming a practicing attorney is a long and arduous one. After years of law school and months of studying for the bar exam, one more step remains before we are officially licensed to practice. Every lawyer in the country must be sworn and take their state's oath of attorney. This ceremony may seem traditional and mundane, but it has never been more important. This oath binds each attorney to certain professional obligations and requires us, this is the lady talking on this website, as lawyers, to faithfully uphold and support the laws of the state of our country. Right? You hear with that? How can you fight? Let me stop for a minute. Let's be real. Let's be real. How can you fight against something where you are sworn to uphold the same thing? How do you fight against something if you are sworn to uphold the same thing? For example, let me give you an example. This is how you know it's a facade. When police shoot an unarmed brother, see what I'm saying? When police shoot an unarmed brother or sister for that matter, they are trained. Somebody in the chat, tell me where police are trained to shoot. Are they trained to shoot in the foot? Are they trained to shoot in the leg? Are they trained to shoot in the arm? Are they trained to shoot in the head? Where are police trained to shoot? Anybody know? If you don't know, I'm going to say it with you. They are trained to shoot in body mass. The body mass is where they're trained to shoot. They're not trained to shoot in the head. They're not center of mass. There you go, Zenzuna. Center of mass. Okay. Now, they are professionally trained to shoot. Question: how does a lawyer claim? This is why a lot of the police get off. I'm gonna give it to you right now. This is why a lot of them get off. Because the fight is not in the march. The fight is not in the justice, no peace. The fight is in addressing the training and removing that from the rules, the laws. See, a real attorney, they attack from a law's perspective. A real attorney. You see what I'm saying? See, somebody say wherever they want. But a real attorney attack from a law perspective. Somebody said loopholes. It's really not loopholes. Their defense is, I'm using my training. This is what I was trained to do. The ones that found guilty, like the European that put his neck on the brother and killed him, they're not trained to do that. But when most of the shootings get off because of that reason, because of training. You feel what I'm saying? Because of that training. Now, for him to be an attorney, you know what I mean? For him to be an attorney, and only thing he does is march. That shows you right there that there's a farce going on. And in fact, he cannot even push something to get indictments or anything like that. He never has. Anybody, let me ask you a question. Somebody mentioned Benjamin Crump. He should have been Benjamin Crump. He's not as crafty as Benjamin Crump. He's crafty, but he's sloppy. See, Benjamin Crump is crafty and smoothed around the edges, but he's crafty and he's sloppy. You see what I'm saying? So he can never be a Benjamin Crump. But the point of the matter is, he's an attorney. So he can't fight against those who also took an oath to uphold the Constitution. He may seem to be fighting, appear to be fighting. He's not fighting. It's all a facade. Let me show you something. A part of the oath is, I solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. This is the oath that he took. But in the same breath, he talks against the same government that he took an oath for. Why don't nobody check these contradictions? He literally, in order to hold a bar license, a license of the bar, he must maintain this oath. Do you hear what I say? He must maintain this oath. Now, we have many clips, and I'm not going to bring them up tonight. We have many clips of him speaking against the United States of America. Many of them. I'm not here to judge him past that. I'm here to judge him on what he say. Because he's saying one thing out his mouth, but he got this oath going on behind closed door. Know what I mean? Look, somebody say, similar to the MST of A, good citizens who will not overthrow the government. We have no need to overthrow the government. What need we got to overthrow the government? Talking. In fact, what need do we got to overthrow the government? All y'all going to do is overthrow yourself. Soon as somebody will try to overthrow something, you're going to overthrow yourself. You can't even build one block together. What's the purpose of spewing rhetoric of overthrowing something? You can't even get a block of grocery stores. You can't even get a block of clothing stores. You can't even get a block and unify from economic standpoint. Come on, man. Come on, man. That don't even make sense. Talking overthrow something. How about take your place in the affairs of men and take it over? Ain't nothing wrong with it. The only thing wrong with it is you don't know how to get it. Let me say it again. The only thing that's wrong with it is that you don't know how to get it. Do you know? Let me break this up. Let me break this down for you. Do you know every time that another group took over another group, they maintained the same government? They just modified it just a little bit. They never. Sun Tzu says in the Art of War, he says, destroy as least as possible because those things are yours to govern yourself. Ever heard that? When you go to war, destroy least as possible. Destroy least as possible. Do y'all understand that? Y'all don't understand that, huh? Destroy least as possible because those same things will be yours. You might catch that later. So when you talk about overthrowing and anarchy, that's goofy. That's goofy. There's no need. What's need to be done is political awareness and political education. Stop think that you're voting for somebody when you can get 2,000 people in any inner city to vote for your homeboy and put him in office. Stop thinking that you have to vote for whoever on the ballot when you can get your homeboy on the ballot. He don't need no college. He don't need no nothing. All he need is 2,000-3,000 people at the poll. And he can be the council person. Flip the game on politics. That's all you got to do. Flip the game. Go into your hood, get 3,000 people. Out of that 3,000, say you running for us. We all going to be right there and you going to be City Hall. That's all you got to do. The Jews do it. That's how they got power. And right here in Baltimore right now, the Indians are doing it. They got flyers and stuff all over Baltimore right now. You know what I'm saying? So this rhetoric talk, this emotional talk, anybody that tell you don't worry about politics, I'm telling you, they don't want your best interest. They either don't know politics or they do not have your best interest at heart. Because politics don't mean that you go to the poll and you vote for whoever's on the list. Politics mean that you organize 5,000 people to vote for your Aunt Sissy to get up in there. That's what politics mean. That's what politics mean. Politics mean that you get your Uncle Bernie up in there. You get 5,000 people and move one way. That's politics. I don't know what y'all think this is. I don't know what y'all think this is. And anybody that speak against that, they know nothing about politics, especially local politics. You can take over the whole local economy in a district overnight. You get 5,000 people vote one way, you can take it over overnight in midterm elections. That's what they don't want you to know. But that's how all disenfranchised people take over their local area. They doing it here in Baltimore and South Baltimore with the Mexicans. They running for office now. You see what I'm saying? If politics was such evil, then why would they try to disenfranchise you from the poll? Since the 1700s. And I say 1700 because it was free us then. Why would they keep you from the polls? Huh? Why would they stop you from voting? Huh? Why? If it was that bad, why? See, the worst thing in the world is an uneducated voter, because you look at the ballot and you don't know nobody on there and you still pass a vote. See, the most powerful thing that you can do is organize people and get Uncle Jack up in there. Come on, Jack. You're gonna be the president of the board today. I mean, that's right. Mexicans, Americans. That's right. But this is the point that I'm making. So the only point that I'm making is I don't agree with that philosophy of recklessness, anarchy. I don't believe that's going to solve anything. History proves that don't solve nothing. History proves that don't solve nothing. You know what I mean? In fact, we are not even in a position to even bring forth that sort of the Augustus King. Don't you come in with that. We getting these frauds out of here. Don't you come up with that. But we're not even in a position to really pose that sort of threat. You know what I'm saying? From a physical perspective, we're not in that position. But you are in a position to put somebody in position to control the police department, to control the judges, to control the local military. You are in that position. You know what I'm saying? You are in that position. You are in that position. You just got to bring the people to the understanding of how politics work. You are in position. I mean, Baltimore is majority us. If you can get majority of us in these 15 to 17 districts, how many it is, they can move in one way and we can have this ours. Just got to move with integrity and move with honesty. So anybody speaking against that, anybody speaking against that, then they're not for you. They're not for you. Even slavery was political. Do y'all understand that? Even slavery was political. Slavery was political and economic at the base. And the third thing was some get back, because how we treated them Europeans. Yeah. The third thing was revenge, you know what I mean? But it was economic and political. They wrote it into the laws. You feel me? So I mean, we got to wake up. We got to wake up and stop falling for the okie doke. Now, he solemnly swear to support the Constitution of the United States, yet he goes out here marching and screaming against the United States. And nobody catches on though, right? As officer of the courts, lawyers are sworn to support the Constitution, not just the state in which they seek to practice, but above all, to support the Constitution of the United States. This promise is included first in every state's attorney's oath. And it is the most important promise that a new attorney will make. It commands an attorney to take action to ensure. Y'all hear what they say? It commands an attorney to take action to ensure the supreme law of the land is followed and upheld. Do you hear what I say? This is what Malik has taken an oath for, to make sure. So we can't talk about that overthrow stuff and you believe him. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It commands an attorney. It commands an attorney to take action to ensure the supreme law of the land is followed and upheld. This promise is a burden on all lawyers. Every lawyer must defend the Constitution in all ways at all times. So all of that rhetoric that he talk about the United Snakes of America and you believe it, you's a fool. Let's stop being played. Let's stop being a fool. Don't believe what people say. Believe what they don't say and watch what they do. Watch what they do. You follow what I'm saying? Let's stop being foolish. Let's grow up as a people. Let's intellectually grow up and stop letting people play us. You know what I mean? Let's stop letting people play us. You know what I mean? We're gonna block you, Augustus. You got to go, brother. I love you, but you got to go. You're a distraction. If you don't want to see the show, step out. Now, but this is what it is. I mean, somebody said, is he a real attorney? Yes, he is a real attorney. Absolutely is. Absolutely is. I mean, somebody say lawyers don't even use the Constitution. Well, they take an oath to uphold it. Now, this is the Merlin Oath or affirmation required for admission to the bar. On admission to the bar, a lawyer should take the following oath or affirmation in open court. I do solemnly swear, affirm that I will, at all times, demean myself fairly and honorably as an attorney and a practitioner of law. This is what Malik said before the folks. You hear what I say? Imagine 6'5", intellectual talking, saying, I do solemnly swear, affirm. I want all the Black Panther Party people see what your leader has said to these Europeans. You hear me? This is what he said to them. He looked them to the face. You hear me? He looked them to the face. And he said to them, I do solemnly swear, affirm that I will at all times demean myself fairly and honorably as an attorney and practitioner of law, that I will bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland. He has a license in the state of Maryland. His allegiance is to who? Somebody say it with me. Who is his allegiance to? Anybody know? In fact, let me show it to you. All right, let me show it to you. Since you might don't believe me. I don't know, you might believe me. I don't know. Let me see. Then we get on with the rest of it. All right, here we go. Let me see. There we go. Bam. Where the link at? But I'm gonna drop the link to y'all. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop the link to y'all if I can find it. If I can't find it, I'm gonna give it back to y'all. I'm gonna show y'all the link. But you got to go to Merlin Courts and you look up certificate in good standing. I think that is. I get it before the end of the show. But he is an attorney. He is an attorney, without a doubt or contradiction. He is an attorney. But with that being said, his allegiance is to the state of Maryland. His allegiance is not to you. You hear what I said? Unless he's lying. He either lying to the state of Maryland or he lying to the new Black Panther Party. That's it. He either lying to the state of Maryland or he lying to the new Black Panther Party. But he's lying to somebody. The support the law and constitution thereof, and that I will bear true allegiance to the United States. He has two allegiance now. He's looking at the people, but he's screaming Black power. He's saying that they're the worst devil and they're the only devil, but he looks at these same people that he calls devils and he makes this oath. You hear what I just said? He looks at the same people that he called the devil and he makes an oath. No integrity. Or he has integrity to them and not to you, or it's integrity to who? Listen, you can't serve God and Satan at the same time. You can't serve God and Satan at the same time. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all better pay attention. And all the people that's getting mad at me, all the people's getting mad at me, I'm telling you, you better watch yourself, protect yourself, because this ain't a game. Protect and defend the Constitution, laws, and government thereof as the supreme law of the land. Any law or ordinance of this or any state to the contrary, notwithstanding. This is what he said in that courtroom. So I want you to imagine, paint a picture. He's in the courtroom with these same people that he called the European Jew. He called them so many horrible, just some nasty names over the years. If that's what you do, that's what you do. I'm not defending it. I'm not for it. I'm not against it. I'm just saying. He has called European Jews some of the most craziest names for shock value. He have called Europeans the devil, and look at the devil, but he stood right in front of them, I'm sure, and took that oath. Now, you might say, well, he's an attorney. No, but you don't live a contradictory life. You live your truth, but you're living a lie, and you're lying to somebody, and you're not to be trusted. You know what I mean? And people who trust you, they're crazy. You ain't crazy. You're doing what they pay you to do. Now, he's also licensed to practice in the District of Columbia. All right. And his attorney of oath admission to the District of Columbia bar, it says, I, and it would say Malik Zulu Shabazz, do solemnly swear or affirm that as a member of the bar of this court, I will demean myself uprightly according to law, and that I will support the Constitution of the United States. Basically saying the same thing. Right? Pursuant to the emergency temporary amendments to Rule 46K, you may complete the oath for the declaration in lieu of a notarized statement. I declare under the penalty of perjury, under the laws of the District of Columbia, and I have taken the oath quoted in this declaration, signed on, and that's what he would have signed. But guess what? He takes this oath and he also supports and enforces this. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude except as punishment for a crime whereof the party should have been duly convicted shall exist within the United States or any place. I want you to remember, it's a reason why I pulled this one out. It's a reason that I pulled this one out. You understand? Then listen, anybody that's familiar with this, It said neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except for punishment of a crime, whereof the parties shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdictions. So we already know that this guy, certain things he's not going to touch. Let me ask you a question. Do anybody know a criminal trial that Malik defended somebody in? Anybody? Because he claimed to be a defense attorney too. There is no evidence to that. He's an ambulance chaser attorney. He's a civil attorney. He claimed to be a civil rights attorney. He's an ambulance chaser attorney. Every case we can find. And he rarely wins. I mean, he don't go to court. He gets settlements. You feel what I'm saying? He gets settlement. He rarely go to court. He get a few settlements every now and again. But I mean, he's not a criminal attorney. I've never seen him. I mean, I can't say that. I'm gonna say this. Let me do this. This show is an alleged show. Allegedly, he's not a criminal attorney. I haven't never seen him defend anybody in any criminal trial. Let me say that. I haven't. He might have, but I haven't seen any. So allegedly, he's not a criminal attorney. You know what I'm saying? Although he have said that quite a few times. He have said it quite a few times. All right. So now, the point of this presentation tonight is to show that this guy cannot be about Black power while he's working for the power structure. Do you understand what I'm saying? He cannot be about Black power as expressed. His expression of Black power. Because the original Black Panthers, they were attorneys. Many of them was very proficient in law. But they didn't represent this degree of what his version of Black power. They didn't represent this. They did not represent this. So as I've been saying before, that Malik is just an agitator. That's all he is. He's just an agitator, like homie that shot Ricky said. Attorney is his cover. He's just an agitator. He's an instigator. And that's it. With no goal in mind. I mean, yeah, he's probably watching, trying to see if he can get a case. I mean, but hey, I don't care. I'm going to go there every day with the camera. I'm going to do a pay-per-view. I'm going to make everybody pay for it. Because I know it's going to be some part he don't want people to know. Some of those questions that I'm going to be asking. I'm going to represent myself. I'm going to ask you some questions that you don't think I know about you. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to live stream it with a hidden camera. Now, here's another thing that he must uphold. Old slavery clauses that are still in the Constitution. No person held in service or labor in one state under the laws thereof escaping into another shall, in the consequence of any law or regulation therein, be discharged from such service or labor, but shall be delivered upon the claim of the party to whom such service labor may be due. And they're not saying slavery, but it's still in the Constitution till this day that he will uphold this stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm telling you, if you are a good attorney and you really about your work, then you become an attorney so you can make a difference with these laws. You don't become an attorney and don't even challenge any law that's on the book for over 30 years. Can anybody name one law that he ever challenged on the books? One? Can anybody name one courtroom, one case law that he helped put on the books? One thing about good attorneys, they always have some sort of case law that has been put on the books from a case that they have adjudicated. Can anybody find one? Just one case law, one win, One, any of them? A good attorney has the ability to win cases, and they make case law as reference for somebody else to use. Now, if he was a real attorney in the sense of practicing law and he wanted to help his people, the first thing that he would do is zero in on some of these laws that are unconstitutional and get them overturned. You know what I'm saying? He would get them overturned if he was a real attorney in the interest of his people. But he's not a real attorney in the interest of his people. He's a real attorney using as a cover to disillusion and misguide, mislead, and bamboozle his people into a discombobulated mind. Because freedom is at hand. And the more misinformation, disinformation that's in the minds of the people, the more that the goal gets set back. The goal of freedom gets set back. See, freedom starts in the mind. Our people are waking up. And the more that our people wake up, the closer to that goal we get. But the more disinformation and misinformation is out there, the goal sets back a little more. You see what I'm saying? And he's a misinformation, disinformation, emotional type of guy to strike chords with people's emotions. That's all he is. He's a distraction. For 30 years, he has been a distraction. And somebody got to stand up and say, man, what have you done? Well, I'm going to give you the information you can ask some questions. You know what I mean? I'm going to give you the information where you can ask some questions. You know what I mean? That's what I'm going to do. We'll give you some good information and you can ask some questions. 1 second. Let's go. Let's keep it going. No person held in service of labor in one state under the laws thereof escaping into another shall in consequence of any law or regulation therein be discharged from such service or labor, but shall be delivered up to the claim of the party shown such service or labor. Now, this is Article 4, Section 2, Clause 3, which people say, you might as well just say it's moot because there is no slavery. It's still on the books right now. This clause contemplated the existence of the positive unqualified right on the part of the owner of a slave, which no state law could in any way regulate, control, or restrain. Consequently, the owner of a slave had the same right to seize and repossess him in another state, as the local laws of his own state conferred upon him. And the state law that penalized such seizure was held unconstitutional. Congress had the power and the duty which it exercised by the act of February 12, 1793. The point of me reading is some of this stuff has never been addressed. Some of this stuff has never been up for redress. Some of this stuff has never been flipped and made eradicated from the books. This is something that he could do for the people just to say he done something. This is easy pickings here. This is low-hanging fruit here. This is low-hanging fruit. But he doesn't do that. But he doesn't do that. As long as it's on the books, it can be applied to any one of you. Let me show you how it can be applied. This law or this clause is about one being a slave and going from one state to another, and then they have to go back to that state to be captured. Don't that sound like if one escaped from prison and go into another state, what that means? Remember in the Constitution, it says for a crime, you can be put in slavery. You hear what I said? So what you're looking at here is the codified message that if you are in prison and you happen to find a way out for whatever reason and you go into another state, it don't matter. You are a slave once you have been convicted of a crime. Press 7 if y'all walking with me. We're in class again tonight. Once you have been convicted of a crime and you're serving time, you are a slave. You hear me? You are a slave. And therefore, if you would happen to break the chains and break free, you have nowhere you can run, according to this clause right here. According to this clause. So in reality, this could be chipping away. This could be chipping away at some of the things that continue to have us shackled to this illusion that we are in servitude, because servitude starts in the mind. You understand what I'm saying? This is real talk. Now, like I said, this is one of them laws that is rarely heard of, or one of them clauses that's very rarely heard of, because the people would say, oh, no, it's moot. But this is what I think somebody put jurisdiction in here. This is where jurisdictions have its foundation at. Another state jurisdiction. You know what I'm saying? This is where it's have its foundation at. So what I'm saying about, if he's an attorney, he did all them years in law school, why wouldn't he be finding things like this to chip away at his spare time, instead of doing live streams talking about he gonna march, talking about no hope, no peace, no power, no whatever he talking about? He's just playing games with our people, and we need to know this. I know you watching, Malik. You know what I mean? There you go. Federal marshals use that law. Absolutely. Because once you're convicted and you for a crime, you're a slave. That's on the books. That's on the books. I didn't say it. Context, brother. Well, you don't need to be locked up to be a slave, but I get what you're saying, where you're coming from. I'm talking context about the brother Malik Zulu Shabazz. If he really wanted to make an imprint on history, these are some little low-hanging fruits that he could challenge. You understand what I'm saying? These are very low-hanging fruits that he could challenge, but he have no interest in challenging any of these things. He has no interest in challenging any of these things because he's all for it. This right here is a case that happened just a few years ago. It said two Maryland lawyers who exchanged racist, misogynist, and homophobic emails for about 7 years while working at the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs have been indefinitely suspended from practicing law by the state's top court. A unanimous court of appeals says James Markey and Charles Hancock, long-standing bigoted behavior while serving at the federal agency, violated the Maryland lawyer rules of professional conduct. Do you hear what I said? These Europeans here in Maryland, they was using bigoted, racist, misogynistic, homophobic remarks, and they were removed for violating the lawyer's conduct. He gonna take my house. I'm gonna take his job. Y'all get what I'm saying? No, I don't want his job. But you get what I'm saying? This ain't his job anyway. Do you hear what I'm saying? Everywhere he goes, that's all he spews. That's all he spews. According to definition, that's all he spews. And for 20 years, it goes unchecked. Somebody is protecting him. Because this group right here, these two Europeans right here in 2020, they lost their bar license. They lost their bar license. You hear what I say? These two Europeans, and they were only doing it for 7 years. And I say only. They was calling the sister a big black bee and all that. They was doing it for 7 years. He's been doing it for 20 to 30 years. You hear what I say? And it has gone unchecked. Somebody's protecting this guy. This is not even part 2. This is talking about him suing me. We haven't gotten there yet. This guy is thoroughly protected. He's thoroughly protected. Thoroughly. You hear what I say? He's thoroughly protected. And anybody think otherwise, you're thoroughly asleep. He's thoroughly protected. Let's go. One of the codes of conduct, it is professional misconduct for an attorney to engage in conduct that is prejudicial to the administration of justice. Knowingly manifest words, conduct when acting in a professional capacity, bias, or prejudice based on race, sex, religion, national origin. Y'all hear what I just said? Y'all hear what I just said? Knowingly manifest by words or conduct when acting in a professional capacity, bias, or prejudice based on race, sex, religion, national origin. How do we still practice law in Maryland? How? How is that possible? How is that possible? Maybe I need to ask the Bar Association, how is this possible that he practiced law? I'll give you all the receipts you need. How does he practice law? How? Over 20 years? Talking crazy? And ain't make no successes? See, my problem is not the crazy talk. My problem is that there ain't no successes. My problem is the misleading, misguiding. My problem is that he's talking about my house was on fire. My problem is that my jaw was broken. My problem is all that old slick talk you talk. That's my problem. You know, when I was in my 20s, right? I throw them hands real well. You know what I'm saying? And I used to throw my hands so good, it used to scare me. Anybody in here that can fight and like to fight, back in the day, that was me, right? I throw these hands real good, you know what I'm saying? And it used to scare me, you know what I mean? Sometimes people got all that mouth, and it'd be rap. But I remember times I would get so mad at people, and once I drag them, I say, why you make me do that? Look at you. They laying out. Look at you. Why you make me do that? That's why I'm blessed to have the Morris Science Tip of America, because it taught me how to control my energies and use them in different ways. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just as aggressive as I am mentally as I was physically. You feel me? And I'm looking at him in this camera and I'm like, why you make me do this? Why? He's on the ground right now. He's out. And I'm looking at him saying, why you make me do this? Why you make me do this? Talking about he gonna burn my house down. I heard his house was on fire. Man, this ain't the 60s. We got homeowners insurance. Like, I don't know why people talk crazy. I mean, somebody said the picture kind of blurry tonight. Let me check my screen. I don't know why it would be that. Let me see. Oh no, I'm clear on my end. You know what I mean? But let's get it. Now, what you should do is just ignore me and hope I go away. That's what you should do. You should ignore me and hope I go away. Because you done took it too far when you start talking about, you heard my jaw was broken, lying like that, lying about a fight, lying about it. You took it too far, brother. Let's talk about Black Lawyers for Justice real quick. This is a front too. This is how you know that this is a front, but we'll get into that in a minute. This is how you know that this is a front. First of all, you got 3 people up here for Black Lawyers for Justice on the website. If you don't believe me, go to the website and check it yourself. Shout out to the other 2, Reginald Green, Donald Temple. I hope y'all realize that he only using y'all to validate himself. He's only using y'all to validate himself. You know what I'm saying? So he got Ronald Green, who is a bona fide attorney. Donald Temple, who's a bona fide attorney. I look him up. But now Malik is only using them to validate himself. Let me share this with you real quick. If you go check out my brother Ronald Green, he got a very successful personal injury law firm, the Green Legal Group. If you look up there in the left-hand corner, he has his own thing going on. But what Malik has did, he attached him to his little shabby website to make it look like they are the Black Lawyers for Justice. Well, they may be, but he's doing his own thing. There is no team really going on here. He's doing his own thing. There he go again with the smoke and mirrors. All right? He has the smoke and mirrors. This guy, Green Legal Group, has his own thing going on. But what he did was he put him on the website to make looking like they got this thing called, Black Lawyers for Justice. And I would think that they maybe do some work together. So let me just say one more time, this is all allegedly. Allegedly. I'm only going off what I researched, but my research could be wrong. It could be wrong, so this is all allegedly. But I do know what is not alleged is that Mr. Green has his own website, has his own firm, and has his own practice. And it's not grouped up always with Malik Zulu Shabazz. And I do know that because according to the website. And so what Malik doing again is projecting. He's projecting like he has a team. He's projecting. That's all I can tell you. You understand what projecting is? Huh? He's projecting as if he's a legitimate law firm with a legitimate team. You follow me? That's why Kenya called back and Kenya answered the phone. You follow me? We're gonna bust this all open. Once you start talking about you heard the house was on fire and all that, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're gonna bust this all out. You know what I mean? So with that being said, also when you go and look at the Green Legal Group, you'll notice that there is not much criminal going on here. It's car accident, truck accident, motorcycle accident, medical malpractice, slip and fall, wrongful death. For a truck accident, 150 million, 1.5 million, 5 million, whatever it is, I can't count. Auto accident, 500K. Policy limited car accident, 300K. Policy limited car accident, 100K. Car accident, 96K. So those is featured practice areas. Nothing says criminal on it. So with that being said is that when people are getting locked up, like Brother Ozone or anybody associated with the Black Power struggle, they are on their own. You understand what I say? They are on their own. So while y'all running with this guy, Malik, thinking that he's an attorney, he's going to come to your defense, you're going to find out the hard way that he's not qualified to defend anybody. The only thing he's qualified to do is to file a civil suit as he threatened me with. And that's okay. That's okay. Allegedly, he's not qualified. Once again, allegedly, he's not qualified. Only allegedly, he's not qualified. You see, we're still looking for more we're still looking for more evidence. I'm trying to tell you, I don't know why he chose this. Like, man, listen, I don't know why. I don't know why he did this. Okay. And then we have Mr. Temple. Temple Law Offices. Again, he has his own firm. He has his own firm, Donald Temple. Temple Law Office opened its doors in downtown Washington, D.C. in 1993 and has experienced successful 26 years of cutting-edge legal work for individuals. I think Mr. Temple and Mr. Green need to separate themselves from this guy. This guy's bad news. I mean, I told you about hanging out with them people. Anyway, cutting-edge work against corporations and governmental bodies, primarily in the District of Columbia and Maryland federal courts, D.C. courts, and various administrative entities, including civil trial and appellate litigation, administrative hearing, arbitrations, and mediations. If you don't know what all of that mean, what that mean is that, again, that he does not practice the type of law that is needed in the endeavor of Black power. But what he can do, this guy, he has a nice track record. He can address the corporate structure and the governmental bodies. That's a good track record for an attorney. I mean, according to what was written. You know what I'm saying? But Malik is the bottom of the barrel civil attorney. That's it. Yeah, he one of them ones with them cheesy commercials. He just don't have a commercial. Have you been in a car accident? Call 1-800-MALIK. That's right. Come on, call now. Call now. You want a new car? Call now. You can have a car by tomorrow. Call now. 1-800-MALIK. Please. He one of them type of guys on the radio when you taking children to school in the morning. Look, better call Malik. I mean, that's what he is. He's a bottom. He's a bottom feeder. He's a bottom feeder. And then the thing is that what you got to understand is he's not only a bottom feeder, he's a bottom feeder for our community. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Stay tuned. He's a bottom feeder on our community. So what he's looking for some hardship in our community so he can run as the knight in shining armor, and then he can make a deal so he can get a cut and he can go on home. You see what I'm saying? He's not there to go through no trial. He's not there to fight anything. He's there to negotiate it down so he can get a cut and go home. And sometimes he get a cut. We're going to talk about that too. We got the goods here tonight. I want y'all to hit that thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe now, because this is going to be, man, we going to body blow, uppercut, right hook, body blow, uppercut, knockout. He gonna jump back up, body blow, uppercut, right hook, left hook, uppercut, body blow, knockout. Y'all remember that game, Knockout? Press 7 if y'all remember that game, Knockout. Anybody remember that? There. So look, let's keep it popping. Let's keep it going. He wanted it. He called me. He keep calling my number. I'm gonna answer every time he called me. Every time he called my number, I'm gonna answer. That's right. I mean, every time he called me, social media, Rock'em Soccer, body blow, knockout. Like, every time he called my number, I'm gonna answer. So look. So I want to share this story with you real quick. Recently, you may have heard that Malik said that he was suing McDonald's. Anybody familiar with that? He was suing McDonald's. You hear me? And let me see if I can find it real quick. All right, let me see if I can find this real quick. We're going to find him real quick. If I can find him. We're going to find him real quick. Let me see. Okay, there it is. I want to share with this story that he said he was suing McDonald's, right? And y'all gonna like this one. 1 second. Y'all gonna like this one. Y'all gonna like this one. I guarantee you like this one. Let me get this real quick. I got a few videos because I was moving fast. And this is why I be late sometimes, because I be trying to, every time I keep digging, I find more and more stuff. And it makes me run late. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason I be really late. You know what I mean? Because I be digging. I be like, wow, he gets more stuff. All right, let me see what this one say.
let me be definitive here. What happened at this McDonald's is unacceptable. The actions of Brian Joel Blanton are completely unacceptable to us as a community and us as attorneys, as civil rights attorneys. And we're formally contacting all of McDonald's entities this week. And if McDonald's does not come to a resolution that is fair and favorable to Mr. McVeigh, then a lawsuit is coming fast, quick, fast, in a hurry against this McDonald's and against Mr. Blanton as an individual. And as an individual, certainly he was acting within the scope of his employment. He was.
Now let me enlighten you what's going on here. So the brother McVeigh, he goes into the McDonald's, and the McDonald's, argument ensues, and employee supposedly pulls out a gun on him, and they get the beefing, whatever, part ways, keep it moving. So that McDonald's, through my research, has had a lot of complaints. So just like these ambulance chasers and these civil attorney chasers, for some reason that is very odd, watch this. He latches on it, right? Malik latches on it. Now, this is in Texas. He latches on it. It says attorney must be admitted to the bar in each state wish to practice in. However, legal answers are rarely so simple, and indeed there are exceptions that would allow an attorney from a state to practice in another state. The reason why I say that is because this crime or violation happened in Texas. Why is he going to state claiming that he's going to sue somebody? Now, there is a process to try to get you in a position so you can, but it's not guaranteed until you file your paperwork. You cannot practice law in any state just because you have a license in one state. You have to have a license in each state. So why is he running around the country acting as if he's going to represent any and everybody who has an infraction against them by this crazy psychopathic Europeans when he doesn't have the power to take every case? There's a process that goes where he must be approved, but he jump on these cases and tell these people that. So I asked the question that he said in 90 days he would file a lawsuit. Now, I could be wrong, but I ain't seen no lawsuit yet. And this happened back in October, November. You hear what I said? 90 days. 90 days. Y'all heard what he just said?
Fast, quick, fast. Then a lawsuit is coming fast, quick, fast, in a hurry against this McDonald's and against Mr. Blanton as an individual.
You hear what I'm saying? This happened in October. I don't know when this interview took place, but the incident happened back in October 2021. He's always threatening state to state with lawsuits. And in many of these states, he don't even have the ability to practice law. In fact, according to attorney Shabazz, founder of Attorneys of Black Lawyers for Justice, the latest display of racism and discrimination happened on or about October the 16th, 2021. Then, a terrible and violent incident occurred at McDonald's located at 3300 Holland Street in Fort Worth, Texas. Lachey McVeigh, 34-year-old African-American male, assaulted by manager Brian Joel Blanton, who is white, according to witnesses, quote unquote. Blanton, who is a McDonald's manager and the son of the owner, pulled out a loaded handgun and threatened to kill the unarmed Lachey McVeigh, a McDonald's drive-thru customer with his 3 children. Now, this is what I'm saying. That's a serious event that just happened. That's a serious event that just happened. For number one, in order for him to hold on. I want to get wait. In order for him to practice law, he got to file a pro hac vice as he did in Missouri. What that is a motion to add you to a case or put you on a case in order to practice law in another state. You see what I'm saying? So, in order for him to say we're going to file a case, the first thing, if he's not, it doesn't seem to be. I'm not sure yet, so I'm gonna say allegedly. I couldn't find anything. It doesn't seem to be that he has a license in Texas, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It just doesn't seem to be. So you gotta first file this motion. So he goes around the country and making these promises to people. But now here is the weird thing. All right. The only thing that he did that we know of, look down in the corner, he put in on change.org. Black Lawyers for Justice started a petition on change.org. You can't make this stuff up. Change.org. You can't make this stuff up. Look down at the bottom. That's him. This is the result of his best thinking. That he's going to challenge somebody pointing a gun at one whose children is in the car trying to get some McNuggets and Happy Meals. He's going to file and put a petition on change.org. You can't make this stuff up, man. This is the most incompetent thing I've seen thus far. Change.org. This man pointed a gun at a man through the drive-thru. And Malik goes to change.org. This is a fact. Let me tell you something. Can you imagine Dr. Khaled going to change.org? God damn it, white man, I'm going to change.org. And when I get to change.org, I'm cutting white throats and killing white folks. Right on change.org. And I'm going to dig them up and put them on change.org one more time because they didn't die hard enough. Can you imagine Dr. Khalid Muhammad? Can you imagine Dr. Khalid Muhammad? We're going to change.org. God damn it. Change.org. We're going to change.org. If Harriet was around, they say, oh, Harriet, she walked with a shotgun. And they said Harriet would cock the shotgun. And Harriet say, hey, Big Bubba, if you ain't going to change.org and you ain't turning around, oh, Harriet say, I'll put you in the ground. And she will cock the shotgun and make sure that you sign the petition on change.org. Anybody familiar with Dr. Khaled's speeches? That was one of my favorite ones. You know what I mean? The one about Nat Turner. When he would be with Nat Turner, he'd be going to plantation to plantation. Y'all remember that one? And then the Harriet one. Those are two of my favorites. Oh, and when he got on Nelson Mandela for switching up on Winnie Mandela. Anybody remember those Dr. Khalid Muhammad speeches? Press 7, y'all remember that. Classics. Classics. Oh my goodness. Yes, goodness and gracious. Classics. You know what I mean? I would have told them, he's talking about South Africa, be gone by sundown. Oh, ain't gonna be no white folks around. If you ain't gone by sundown, I'm gonna put them in the ground. And when I put them in the ground, I put them in the ground and then I dig them up and kill them again because they didn't die hard enough. Thank you, Gerald. Thank you, Gerald. Because it didn't. Can you imagine Dr. Khaled going to what? Change.org. And y'all gonna march down somewhere with this guy. Okay. You're gonna be on change.org soon. Keep playing around with this guy. Keep playing around. You're gonna be right there on change.org too. Looking crazy. Look, see, if people just pay attention. My bad. What I was saying is, thank you, Naked Matrix. Man, that made me feel funny, Naked Matrix, man. Thank you, Naked Matrix. Come on, man, what you doing? I hope that means that it's wide open so we all can see. The Matrix is right in front of our face so we can see it. I mean. Somebody say what your shirt say. Show me the degree. Show me the degree. Show the degree. We need to see that law degree because whoever graduated you from law school, good goodness and gracious. I mean, nah, you good, Naked Matrix. Just call me if it make you feel funny, Grand Sheik. Don't call me Matrix. Just don't call me Matrix. My friends call me Naked, but Grand Sheik, you can call me Matrix. Shout out to Naked Matrix in the building. Appreciate you, family. I'm just goofy sometimes because these people funny to me. You know what I mean? But look, watch this. Here we go. Back to it. So here we go. Bam. So he goes to change.org. You know what I mean? This is ridiculous to me. He goes to change.org. Now, here is the article. Now it's November the 4th. But look, family, remember, I want you to tell me if you remember this. This article is from November the 4th, 2021. It's on Newswires. Who else did we see on Newswires? Anybody remember? Who I do a presentation on last week and we seen on Newswire? Anybody remember? Anybody? See, this is a racket, family. I'm telling you that this is a racket. This is a racket. Do anybody remember who was on Newswire? Well, article was written, and Newswire is that thing that comes to the top of the screen or it gets momentum through this medium. If you don't know, I'm about to pull it up. This is how they push the propaganda. This is how they push the propaganda. Remember, I told you they push propaganda. This is all propaganda. This is all props. Who else is on news wires? This is all props. It's all props. This is where they push their drama. But now look, notice right here, Malik Zulu Shabazz, Black Power movement. You see what I'm saying? This is where they push the propaganda. Because this is one of the news wires. It's a tacky little news wires, kind of like the APB, what they call it, the Associated Press, I'm sorry, the AP, the Associated Press, to give it some momentum through the internet. Do y'all really understand what I'm saying, family? Press 7 if you rocking with me. Are you really locked in? Do you see what's happening here? Are you really locked in, or are you just being entertained? Are you really locked in? Do you really see what's going on here? This is propaganda 101. Be locked in. Be awakened. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. This is a whole racket. This is a black power facade underneath a racket. It's a racket. It's a total racket. Like, this is so educational. This is so educational for our intellectual exercise. This is an intellectual exercise right here. You really got to be able to think to see this. But I'm painting a picture to make it easy for you. This is a real mental exercise. This show you how intricately the plot is, just to put out disinformation and misinformation to confuse the public so we won't go towards liberation. That's right. Disinformation and misinformation can slow down the progress and stop liberation, only for a minute. Only for a minute. You follow me? Only for a minute. The devil time is up. Even working through our people, the devil time is up. You understand? Now watch this. We ain't there yet. Let me stop this and go back to where I was at. The devil time is up. It's over. It's over. You know what I mean? Like we got eyes. Our eyes are wide open. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So there's news wires right there. And now that's blackempowerment.com, but blackempowerment.com takes you straight to allegedly to Black Lawyers for Justice. All right? So now, here we go. So now, this is November the 4th, talking about Operation Shutdown, human rights advocates, black demonstrators, and other defense groups exercising Second Amendment right ascend to Fort Worth, Texas, McDonald's at 33 Helen Street, Texas, on October the 16th, terrible and violent, And it's talking about the guy Lachey. But then in December 9th, 2021, this is November, this article, December 9th, some indictments went out, and voila, guess who's on the indictment? Read it for yourself. Read it for yourself. I'm gonna grab me some kombucha. Read it for yourself. Guess who's on the indictment? Y'all can't see? Malik gets on the case. I'm not saying it's connected, but it's very odd. It's very odd that Malik, just 30 days prior, stepped on this case. And the same guy
And as an individual, certainly he was acting within the scope of his employment. He was acting
Hold up. You hear what I say? Mr. McVeigh's pain and suffering, we will be filing a formal lawsuit against all parties involved within 90 days. Now, I don't know if that lawsuit has been filed or not. I could not find it. But what I was able to find was that after this article, November the 4th, 2021, they did a sweep, December the 9th, 2021. And in that sweep, allegedly, Lachey McVeigh, the same brother, was caught up in the sweep. Y'all playing some dangerous games with this Malik fella. Y'all should thank me later. Once it all sink in, I accept it. Thank me later. Louisville Police Department did a sweep. This article goes back to 2010. Former Department of Justice lawyer says Barack Obama, Department of Justice dropped voter intimidation charges against 3 out of 4 new Black Panther Party defendants. If anybody familiar with that case rocked. That case rocked the Europeans because the Department of Justice, the accusation was, and y'all can read the case. All you got to do is pull it up. Voters intimidation. The accusation was that Malik and a few others blocked voters in Philadelphia for going into the voting booth or the voting area. And they had a talk off with, back and forth with the peoples. And clearly they had camera shots, they had everything. They had the police witness, they had everything, clearly. And just out of the blue, the Department of Justice, and they try to say Barack Obama's Department of Justice. But we know that the office of the president is just the office. You know what I mean? These figureheads ain't nothing. You know what I mean? But they always kept saying Barack Obama's Department of Justice, which to me was crazy because they never referred to the Department of Justice as somebody's Department of Justice when the Department of Justice make a move. And I follow politics, you know what I mean, as much as I can. But in this article in 2010, they said that Barack Obama's Department of Justice dropped voter intimidation charges against 3 of 4 new Black Panther Party defendants. Just out of the blue, with no explanation. Now, I don't want to see nobody hemmed up, but that sounds very strange to me that out of the blue, the Department of Justice, of all places, the Department of Justice, not the local, but the national, DC. Nobody thought that was funny with no explanation. Hey, but who am I? But let me tell you something. President Obama's, and they always use that term, President Obama Justice Department, to continue to stonewall inquiries about why it dropped a voters intimidation case against the new Black Panther Party. In fact, Malik, because our brother right here, they was trying to give him the 5th degree. He got his parole violated or probation violated. He had to go to jail. King Samir had to go to jail. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, I could be wrong, but I think I read this a while ago. And King Samir had to go to jail for a probation or parole violation because of this incident. And Malik left him in jail high and dry. I would love to have King Samir on my show. I'm telling you, he wouldn't be like on that other show. I would say, King Samir, listen, I take the sacrifice. That man, he can blow up the spot. Call the truth. Call the truth as it is. Because everybody want to censor him. And I know he was mad at me for going at Big Shirley. I get it. You're supposed to protect your comrade until you find out that your comrade is not your comrade, that your comrade is indulged in self-interest, that your comrade is not interested in the betterment of us all, but only interested in the fame, glory, and the money changers. That's all they're interested in. But King Samir was the one who had to pay a penalty. And he walks away. And nobody ever double back and question it. In 2007, a Washington, D.C. attorney spearheading an awareness and fundraising campaign for a victim in Logan County torture case was disciplined last year by the District Bar Association for not properly handling settlement awarded in the civil case involving 2 minor children. This is in 2007. See, this is why he can't. See, I'm never showing anything about anybody when they're not conscious. This is all while these people are supposed to be conscious. You feel what I'm saying? This is all while they're supposed to be conscious. You hear me? According to the DC Bar's website, the Bar Council issued Shabazz an informal admonishment on May 25th, 2006 for RPC violation. The Bar Council cited Shabazz for failing to safekeep the client's property, knowingly assisting another to violate the rules of professional conduct, failing to provide competent representation. You hear what it said? Failing to provide there you go. There it is right there. Against Samir Shabazz. They dropped him against everybody except Samir Shabazz. Anyway, look, the Bar Council cited Shabazz, we're talking about Malik, for failing to safekeep a client's property, knowingly assisting another to violate the rules of professional conduct, failing to provide competent representation, and serve a client with commensurate skill and care, and failing to provide proper, this is the part I was looking for, proper writing of legal fees. You see that? Between 2 lawyers who are not in the same firm. He didn't even know how to break the bread up from a legal perspective. You see that? He didn't even know how to break the bread up in legal terms. All this was done, the Bar Council said in the summary action, while retained by the parent to represent the interests of 2 minor children in a civil action against the District of Columbia. Y'all see this? So there you have it. How in the world that anybody wish to take you serious? Why? Why would somebody take you serious? Go ahead and file your lawsuit. I'm good with it. This upcoming bout may be called the Jawbreaker, but my upcoming defamation suit against my enemies shall forever known as the Backbreaker. By the time I get through with these fools, I will totally own the little they have. And let me tell you something, family. If you follow a person like that and they make those type of threats, make no mistake, if they are real with those threats, whenever they get mad at you, those are the same recourses that they will take. Do y'all understand how that works? Do y'all understand how that works? That if people make those, the same thing that they would say, he would say to a person like me, that's the same thing he mean to you. That's just how it works. That's just how it works. When you decide that you don't want to play this game no more, and you call him out on his madness, if he's really about suing a brother or whatever, I could care less. I don't care. You know what I mean? If he go live and say that I'm a sex offender, I'm gonna sue him. I really am. I want him to say it. I pray he say it. You know what I mean? I pray he say it. And keep the video up and don't cease and desist. Go to the courtroom. You know what I mean? I know what I can prove. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, his issue is that he's playing both sides of the fence. You follow what I'm saying? He's playing both sides of the fence. He's saying that F this government, F this European, F this Jew, F this, and all that. Black power. But he's really in good standing to uphold the Constitution. This man been around for 20 years and create a change.org petition. This man been around talking crazy for 20 years and creates a change.org petition for a brother that was shot at through the drive-thru. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. So, man, I'm telling you. Let's see what else I got here. I'm trying to tell you, can't. This is just ridiculous that anybody would consider this as a reasonable option for liberation. You know what I'm saying? This is not a reasonable option for liberation, family. We should know better. Anyway, with that being said, we about to get busy. Oh, let me do this real quick. Hold on. Let me see this. Let's see if we try something. Hold on. I'm sorry. Look. It says, Dr. Huey P. Newton to study to be a lawyer. The thing is not about being a lawyer. The thing is about the rhetoric. It's all about the rhetoric. You talk about this crazy stuff. We're not talking about Huey P. Newton. He don't espouse your rhetoric. You are not. You know what I mean? You are not the Black Panthers. Huey P. Newton don't espouse your rhetoric. He said Malcolm X wanted to be Malcolm X wanted to be a lawyer. So, and 1996, Dr. Khaled desired to enter law school courtesy of Silas Muhammad. Don't be lying on Khaled no more. Don't be lying on Khaled no more. We don't know that. But time ran out. I carry the torch for these greats. No, you don't. You see how he tried to see, this is how we know he loves Moorish World TV. These people love Moorish World TV. They love Moorish World TV. They can't get enough of it. Because if you study Huey P. Newton, you know that Huey P. Newton was an educated brother and going on the political path to change things. There was the Black Panthers. It was a political party. They was political. They were political. You're not political. All you doing is hooping and hollering. Malcolm X, of course he could be a lawyer. They got lawyers in the Nation of Islam. But I refuse to believe that Dr. Khaled was going to be an attorney. I think that's all cap. I think that's all cap. But he's saying that now because we talking about him being a fraud attorney, which he is. He's a real attorney. But he's working for the people. And that's just what it is. So Malik, good try. Good try. Good try. Good try. Can you bring your seats? They want to pull up now. Listen, at the end of the day, family, we just need to make sure that we protect ourselves, we protect our families. And if you are a true freedom fighter, you know, the best thing you can do is fall back and examine everybody who calling themselves freedom fighters right now. That's the best thing that you can do right now. Organize with true people. Organize with people that don't care about the camera. If they care too much about the camera, they don't care much about you right now. Because all of the people that have followed Grandmaster Jay have put a target on their back. Grandmaster Jay has put people out there to put a target on their back. And so now they're going to stalk these people. They're going to examine these people. They're going to study these people. And at any moment, they can spring the trap, and that's going to be that. The same way, there's no doubt in my mind that Talib, they was following Talib because of his association. They didn't know who all these people was. They didn't know who all these people was. And family, tomorrow night, let me show you what I got for you tomorrow night. Before I get out of here, I meant to tell y'all earlier. Tomorrow night, we got a big one, family. We're going to close out with a bang. You hear what I say? We're going to close out with a good old bang, all right? So listen, what I got for you tomorrow night. All right. All right. This is what I got for you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I ain't saying no names. And we ain't playing no games. Tomorrow night, we got some stories from the inner circle. I ain't saying no names right now. We got some stories from the inner circle of the Black Panther Party. That's right. We got former frontliners coming on tomorrow night. All right. And we're going to discuss some of the weird actions of leadership as well as indiscretions and all the stuff that goes on. Sis is going to help us see it for what it really is tomorrow night. All right? Tomorrow night at 9:30, she's going to give us and help. She's going to help paint the picture so we can understand from where she sits. See, I can only understand from what they give me through the lens of their camera and my research. But this is a sister that was there. All right. All right. It's going all the way up tomorrow. So that's one thing we got going on tomorrow, okay? Now listen, but that ain't it. But that ain't it. But that ain't it. I got some more for you. You know what I mean? Let me turn my thing down. People be sending me stuff too much. But that ain't it. You feel me? That ain't it. You hear me? I got something else for you. You know what I mean? Hold up. I got something else for you. And tomorrow we're gonna have a doubleheader. We're gonna have a doubleheader tomorrow. You hear me? So tomorrow, let me find it. So tomorrow's gonna be a banger. So we got Sis. See if I can find it real quick. We got Sis, and then hold up. I'm looking for it. Hold up. Okay, we got Sis. Here we go. All right, we got Sis. And then we got a brother coming on. Oh, where you at? Where you at, brother? We got a brother coming on with Sis. I mean, we're going to have a double header because I'm going to take you out with a bang tomorrow. We got a brother coming on who actually was a mentee of Dr. Khalid Muhammad. And guess where the brother is from? I bet you would never guess. He's from Cleveland, where he's from Cleveland. He's from Cleveland, where Najee said he was rocking with Dr. Khalid. He's from Cleveland. Remember Najee? He was sent to the mosque. Remember that? Don't nobody remember now? Don't nobody remember? Najee was sent to the mosque. Well, we're going to find out if he ran the mosque. Was he sent to the mosque? Did he run the mosque? Huh? What happened? What happened in that mosque? Huh? What happened in that mosque? We're going to find out tomorrow. Was he there? Was he there? Because that's what he said. That's what he said. All right? That's what he said. So tomorrow, we're going to find out for sure. You feel what I'm saying? Tomorrow, we're going to find out. You want to play games? We're going to find out for sure. Remember, he said it. Born into the Nation of Islam, went to Muhammadan University in Cleveland, Ohio. The prince received political and spiritual training from the foremost leaders such as Minister Malcolm X and his spiritual father, Minister Louis Farrakhan. Down to the second paragraph, Minister Najee Muhammad has served as captain of the elite fruit of Islam and then sent to Cleveland, Ohio by Minister Farrakhan to hold it down. So we're going to find out tomorrow. So yeah, buddy. Listen, one thing about social media, man, social media is a blessing if we only knew. You know what I mean? Social media is a blessing if we only knew. You know what I mean? Because everything that you say, everything that I say, somebody can come back and quote me on it, ask me about it, and either I'm going to bow out gracefully or I'm going to defend what I said. So it would be in the best interest. Stop playing. And the reason why this is so important is because Malik endorses that Najee Muhammad is Dr. Khalid Muhammad prize student, #1 student, as if nobody was going to ask a question. Well, I'm asking, because if you're lying there, you're lying everywhere. And let's not forget our sister. You will meet her tomorrow, family. You will meet her tomorrow. You're going to meet her tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a beautiful show. I invite everybody to come on in 9:30. We're going to start 9:30 sharp. We're going to start 9:30 sharp. All right? We're getting busy. I can't wait. Woo! Remember that Ice Cube song? He was the wrong with. I'm glad y'all set it off. Used to be hard, now you just went soft. Thought you was down with the Black Panther. Till I seen you being a scammer, looking like straight bozos. I saw it coming. So I had to let the folks know. And kept on stomping. But y'all ain't winning. It's like, oh, peace and love, family. See y'all tomorrow night, 9:30. Let's get it.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. Taharka Bey front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember. Taharka Bey front line till the law call my number. If you a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. Family, see y'all tonight, 9:30. Let's go.